Hello everybody, this is Andree, and today we are going to do again restorative yoga, but we're going to do restorative yoga for the evening, so for an evening practice. So it's very much different from what we did the last time, restorative yoga for the morning practice. So in the evening, usually we come out of a day where we've been either sitting all day or standing all day, and we just want to lie down and do passive poses. So this is what we are going to do. So let's begin sitting with your legs crossed. Take the time to root the sitting bones. Place your hands on your knees or on the thighs. And let's take about 5 breaths, taking a deep inhale and a slow exhale. You can have your eyes closed. Deep inhale, slow exhale. One more time. Take a few normal breaths, letting the breath happen without control. Now drop your head forward to open your eyes, letting the light enter gently. Let's begin by taking the side of your head, the left side of your head, and stretching your head to the right. Just a gentle stretch. Coming back to the center and do the other side. And back to the center. Now take your left hand to your right knee and then twist to your right. Again, gentle twist, do not force it. Come back to the center, and let's go to the other side. And so we want to wake up the spine while at the same time releasing the spine. So change across. And let's do again another gentle twist. So twisting to your right. And twisting to your left. And coming back to the center. So we're going to start lying down. So for this practice today, I want you to have a strap, a bolster, a blanket, and a chair. Now any chair will do. It's nice if you have a chair where you could get your legs through, but it's not necessary. You want to, if you don't have a bolster, you can always take a couple of pillows or take a few blankets and roll it up into the shape of a bolster. Okay, so right now we're not going to need anything except for your strap to the side. So take your strap by the side. You're laying down flat on your mat. So you could, in fact, if you're ready for bed, you could always be on your bed doing that, but I would suggest you're on the floor, and you may want a cushion mat underneath you, or maybe a blanket, okay? So bending your knees, bring your knees into your chest. For just a moment, rock from side to side. So softening the back muscles. So whether you've been sitting all day or you've been standing a lot, or you just came out from an exercise, the spine always have a tendency to collapse on itself because of gravity. So we will reset the length of the spine doing yoga. So bring the arms by your side now, and then slowly stretch your legs up to 90 degrees. Now notice the position of my feet. I am not lifting the heels up. I'm not pointing the toes. I am in fact spreading the toes, pressing the ball of the feet, each foot up to the ceiling. So keep your legs at 90 degrees to the floor. Now let's close your eyes. We're going to take 15 breaths. Now if this is too challenging for you, just to hold the legs up without any support, then you can go to a wall and do legs at the wall. So let's close your eyes. We're going to take 15 breaths in that position. Keep the legs fully extended. Let's also, for now, to begin with, stretching arms over your head. Get length, and then bending the elbows. Bring the arms by your side. Palms facing up. Keep the legs active, reaching to the ceiling. Opening the back of your knees. So it may feel already that you are working to keep those legs up. So if there's any fatigues in your legs, let the energy drop from the sole of the feet all the way down to the floor. So as you're reaching up, you are rooting the lower back, the sacrum, to the ground. Let's take about 5 more breaths here. Be present with the sensation that you are experiencing right now. Let's take 1 more breath here. And then slowly bend your knees and drop the feet to the floor. And pause there. Taking maybe another deep breath. Sometimes the body has to take a deeper breath after we hold the pose. Now you're going to keep your left knee bent and grab your right knee in and place the strap around the heel of the foot. So when I'm talking about the foot, so this is the front of the heel where the strap is right now. This is the ball of the foot, which is that place right underneath the toes. And this is the big toe mount. So whenever I mention these things, now you know what they are. So we started with the right knee bent. Now press the ball of the feet toward the ceiling. Once again, you're not trying to point the toes. And then extend your leg up. Keep the other leg bent for now, the left leg bent. You're gonna feel the right leg. And now bring the leg a little closer to you and then bring it out to the side. As you do that, let the other knee reach out to the side as well. Now keep pressing your foot into the strap. Again, if you're able to hold on to your foot, then by all means you don't use the strap. Now bring the leg back to the center. Breathing into the stretch. And then let go of the strap and bring the foot to the floor. Pause there, look up to make sure you're still centered on your mat. Now bring the left knee in, place the strap around the heel of the foot. And again, keep your right knee bent for now. So make sure that you don't have the strap in the arch of the foot. The arch of the foot is a place that we really connect to. So make sure the strap is not there. And then slowly stretch your leg up. Now press the ball of the foot to the ceiling, but stretch your toes. Be present with the sensation. So you want to root that left ciliary bone down now, but begin to bring the leg out to the side, letting your right knee move out to the side as well. Now try to maintain contact with the floor with your right sacrum, with your right hip. And then come back to the center. Again, pausing here. So the leg is really active. It's not just relaxing up. You press the ball of the foot up. So that stretches the sole of the foot. And then bending your knee, bring your foot down to the floor. Planting both feet. Taking a couple of breaths here. Now we're going to repeat that, and you can repeat doing exactly the same thing, or you can extend your left leg, bring the right knee in, place the strap around the heel again. Hold on with your right hand, press the ball of the foot to the ceiling. Fully engage the legs on the floor. So if your leg is extended, you want to press the back of your knee toward the floor. Now bring your leg out to the side. Try to keep the sacrum rooted evenly from right to left. So you're going to feel more pressure on the right, but you try to fight that by pressing your left hip down and stretching your left leg strongly forward. Bring the leg back up to the center and lower the leg all the way down to the floor. And bending the left knee, place the strap around the heel of the foot. Extend the leg up. So even before you get your leg out to the side, you engage that leg that's on the floor, the right leg. So now your right leg, you're reaching forward to the front edge of your mat, and then bring your left leg out to the side. Maintaining the left hip down. And then come back to the center. And let go of the strap. Stretch both legs on the floor. Stretch the arms over your head. Now bring your arms by your side, bending your knees. So we're going to repeat the first pose that we did. Now this is different now that we did some little stretching. Bring your knees in. And then slowly extend your legs up to the ceiling. Keeping the legs 90 degrees to the floor. Pressing the ball of the foot toward the ceiling. It's like 5 more breaths. And now bend your knees, and plant the feet. Pause it here. Now lift your hips up and move the hips to the left. Bring your knees in and lower the knees to the right. We're going to take 5 breaths here. 15 breaths, 15 whole breaths. Now your head, you could be looking straight up to the ceiling, or you could turn your head to the left in the opposite direction to the twist. Again, you choose the position of your head. And as you breathe, bring your mind to your core muscles. So you want to notice the oblique abdominals engaging to keep the left shoulder down to the floor. Let's take 5 more breaths. Keep the left shoulder rooted down. And then slowly using the core muscles to come back to the center. Place the feet on the floor and recenter yourself. And pause here for a couple of breaths. Now lift the hips up. Move your hips to the left, to the right. Bring your knees in and lower the knees to the left. Again, turn your head to the right or look straight up. 5 breaths. Close your eyes if that helps you to be focused on what is happening now. You want to gradually let go of your day. Let's take 5 more breaths. And slowly, again, using the core muscles, come back to the center and recenter yourself on your mat. Pausing there. Place your hands on your belly. Feel the breath move beneath your hands. Relax the facial muscles. Relax the back muscles. Noticing the breath. There's a challenge of keeping the mind alert and relaxed. Now bring both knees into your chest and either hold on underneath your knees, this way, or grab the outside of your feet, coming into a happy baby pose. Now let's just begin by rocking from side to side. Keep pressing your feet into your hands, while at the same time bringing the knees closer to the floor. So you're stretching the tailbone toward the front edge of your mat. And now let's stand here for 15 breaths. If it works for you to rock from side to side, by all means keep doing it. Or you could just stand still in the center, breathing in and breathing out. So you're not trying to get better at the pose. So once you're in the pose, you just become mindful of the sensations without reaching for more. So you want to be happy where you are. And have a smile on your face. After all, this is a happy baby. Feel the breath move. Every time you change the position of your body, the breath feels different. Become sensitive to the sensation of the breath. We're going to take 5 more breaths. Feel the mind relaxing, feel the facial muscles relaxing. And now you're going to bring the sole of the feet together, lower your feet down to the floor. We're just going to be here for 5 breaths before we move on to the next phase of the practice. So again, if it works for you, have your hands on your belly. Don't try to harden the belly right now. Just let the breath move gently. And notice the direction of the breath. So when you inhale, the action is from the, you feel the energy rising from the pubic bone all the way up to the collarbone. And as you exhale, the energy descends from the collarbone all the way down to the pubic bone. Just let's take 5 more breaths this way. Feel the breath. Feel the direction of the breath. Okay, you're not trying to get better. You're just letting the body adjust and receive this position. Okay, now take your hands to the outside of your thighs to bring your knees together. You can either roll straight up or roll to your side to do it. If you decide to roll straight up, stretch the arms up, lift the head up, and come up. And now we're going to take a blanket for you to sit on. Okay. So fold your blanket so you have a nice ledge. And you're going to sit on the blanket. Take as much height as you need. So sometimes we may need 2 blankets or a bolster, something that really elevates your sitting bones. And for those of you, so let me show you what we're going to do first. So we are going to do recline cobbler's pose. We're going to do seated cobbler's pose. So you let the knees release out to the side. You lengthen the spine, and then you're going to come forward any amount that you can to stretch your spine. So here you're going to decide if you need more support underneath your sitting bones. Another position you can take is just to cross the legs, Sukhasana. So if you decide to cross the legs, same thing. So in fact, we may start this way. So why don't you cross your right leg in front of the left. Okay, place your hands behind you, lengthen the spine, so you open in the chest. lifting the chin. And now leading with your chin, begin to come forward. If you're not able to bring your arms to the floor, then I would suggest, and let me show you with a for those of you who need to, with a chair. So if you decide to use a chair for this, to cross your legs, same thing, and then you just stretch this way. Okay. So they may be more appropriate for you if you have a very tight back or very tight hamstring. Okay, so you choose the position that's best for you. If you have the chair and it works for you, let you stay here. We're going to take 15 breaths. And relaxing into the position. Observing the breath. Observing how many muscles are involved in the breath. So you have the diaphragm, which is connected to the core muscles. And you have these muscles between your ribs, the intercostal muscles. And with each in-breath, feel those ribs spreading like a fan when you open a fan. And then as you exhale, there's a contraction of those muscles. Now let's change the cross. So now you're going to have your left leg in front, right leg in, and let's return to that modified child's pose. There should be no stress in your back. You should feel a mild stretch on the side of your body. I'm going to take a few more breaths here. Letting the relaxation permeate the whole body. And then slowly come up. So now we are going to do the cobbler's pose. So I move my chair a little bit more forward because I feel like I want to get maybe a little bit more stretch in my back. But so adjust your chair appropriate for you. Okay, so bring your feet together. Place your hands behind you, lengthen the spine. Stretch the inner thighs so you feel the groins responding. And now, so you bring your forearms to the chair. We're going to take 5 breaths here. Once again, remember you're not trying to get better at this pose anymore. Wherever you are, you stay and breathe. Observe the sensation in your belly as you exhale. Observe the sensation in your back as you inhale. Observe the sensation on the side body. Keep pressing the feet together. Keep reaching out with your knees, not going any further, but just maintaining that opening in your groins. Let's take about 5 more breaths here. And then slowly sit up. Just sit tall. You can keep your hands on the seat of the chair the way I am. Lengthen, drag the head of the shoulders down. Keep the chin up. And then slowly bring your knees together. Now let's move the blanket out of the way. We're going to start with a child's pose with a chair. Okay, so have your big toes together. And you want to move the sitting bones in onto your heels. And now bring your arms to the chair. So move the chair so it's close enough for you to make that happen. Come into child's pose. Let's take 5 breaths in this child's pose. And feel the softness of your back muscles. And then slowly come up. So we're going to use the chair again, moving a little bit off the floor. You're going to take the bolster and place the bolster here. Standing, facing the chair. Tadasana. So we're going to experiment to make sure you are close enough to the chair, not too far away. So stretch your arms up to the ceiling, and then as you exhale, come forward. And here you're going to know whether you need to move your chair. So in my case, I need to either step forward or move my chair a little bit more forward. Okay. So let's do that again. Stretch your arms up. Exhaling, hinge forward. Bring your hands to the seat of the chair and bring your forehead to the bolster. So here, if you didn't quite get this, then adjust your feet. Always adjust in the pose. As we hold in this pose, you want to make sure that once you're in the pose, you adjust and then you stop trying to get better. I'm going to take 15 breaths here. Fully extend the side body. Feel the opening in the armpits of the shoulders. Keep the arms fully extended, so don't relax the arms. There's a little bit of toning happening here. So you're rotating the arms out, moving the triceps toward the midline. You have a slight pull of the belly to keep the spine from hyperextending. Notice the legs. If your legs are relaxed, you can lift the kneecaps, firming up the legs. Let's take 5 more breaths. There should be no discomfort in your spine or your neck. Let's take a few more breaths here. And now push away from the chair, but just coming into a forward bend. Dropping the crown of the head down. Shifting the weight on the ball of the feet. Pressing the front of your heels down. If your hands don't touch the floor, then you can use blocks underneath your hands. And now just grab your elbows and release here. Feel the weight of the torso releasing down. So all the work is in your legs. Think of your spine as a waterfall, dropping from the top of the cliff. Now change the elbows you're holding. Take 2 more breaths. And then slowly stretch the spine. Place your hands on your hips to come all the way up. Okay, let's move the chair out for now. We're going to use it again as we move on. And place either your 2 blankets or pillows, whatever you have, right on your mat. You're going to sit in front of your bolster on your knees. So again, big toes together. So we're going to do a supported child's pose. Move the bolster between your thighs as close as you can. And then begin to come forward into your pose. So we're going to start with turning your head to the left. So you're on your right cheek. Going to take 10 breaths here, softening the whole body. Directing the breath to the back muscles as you take an in breath. Releasing deeper into the bolster as you take your out breath. Surrender to the floor. But remember, the restorative yoga demands that we are in a meditative state of mind. You want to feel your existence. What does it mean to be alive? What does it mean to breathe? each breath you're releasing a little bit more. And with each breath you're opening a little bit more. Let's take 5 more breaths here. And now you're going to turn your head to the other side. Gently pressing the left side of your cheek, face on the bolster. Noticing maybe sensation in your neck. Being present with the breath. Being fully in this moment. Notice if you're holding any tension in the body. Can you experience the whole body as a whole with all its different parts? Let's take 5 more breaths. And then slowly coming back to your center, push away from the floor. So I'm going to introduce you to what is called a modified shoulder stand. There are many different modified shoulder stand, but because we really into the mode of relaxation, I want the shoulder stand to be as stress-free as possible. So I'm going to give you a choice, either setting up on the blanket, setting up using a chair. You're going to place the bolster this way, and you're going to take your other blanket, one blanket, and place it on the chair. If you don't have a chair, that could be done at the wall. So I'm not set up to use a wall, but if you were at a wall, if you decide to use the wall, all you need is a wall. And you're going to place the bolster the same way, about the same distance as I have it here to the chair, okay? So you sit on the bolster. You probably will have to adjust the bolster once you're down. So if you're at the wall, your legs are going to be up on the wall. If you're on a chair, then your legs are draped over the chair. Now you're going to bend the elbows and lift between the shoulder blades to open the chest. And then let your arms rest by your side. And close your eyes. Feel for 15 breath cycle. This is a lean into Shavasana. You can let your arms rest in a surrender position. Sometimes this is really relaxing in this position, and it keeps the chest open. Let your facial muscles relax. There should be no discomfort in the back. There should be no discomfort in your neck. When you are in this position, try to avoid placing something underneath your head. You want your head to be totally flat on the floor. You want the back of your neck to be in a neutral curve. The thoracic spine is in an extension curve, including the lumbar spine. Observing each breath. I don't often give visualizations, but if you feel like you want to find that a place in your mind that you like, it could be the beach, the warm sand beneath your body. It could be the woods sitting against the trunk of a tree. It could be lying, floating on the surface of the ocean. So we are training our mind to be in a present moment. When we are able to more and more be in a present moment, then there is no time. There is no limit. It is a pure moment, devoid of past and future. Can the mind be fully relaxed and stay alert? Now if you're at the wall or on the chair like I am, cross your legs at the ankles. Let's just pause here. We're going to do 5 breaths in this position. Now change across. Now there's a difference when you do that. You may like one side better than the other side. Feel the softness of the skin over the relax muscles of your face. And feel how your lips naturally slightly open. When in full relaxation, there is space in the mouth. There is softness in the face. And then slowly bring your knees together. Place your feet, if you're on a chair, you could place your feet on the side of the chair. Then you're going to roll to your side to set up for Shavasana. You have two choices for Shavasana. You can either use a chair to put the back of your knees onto the chair, or you can use a bolster underneath your knees. Okay. I'm going to use a bolster underneath my knees. So place a bolster, if you're doing what I'm doing, place a bolster either on the upper thigh or toward the knees, depending on the sensation. So as you lie back, you decide how you want to set your body. Now bend the elbows, lift between the shoulder blades. Let your arms rest by your side. Let the legs relax. Fingers relaxed. Falling into space. Close your eyes. If visualizing a place, a happy place, was helpful to you, then you can go back there. So the mind is designed to think. So we cannot push away thoughts that comes in, that come into our heads. But we can maybe change the quality of our thoughts. And also notice the space between thoughts. This space is what many teachers or yogis refer to silence. So silence is not a lack of noise. Silence is a place where we feel totally comfortable. Observe each breath. If you're someone who likes to go to the ocean, experiment with Shavasana on the beach, matching the breath rhythm to the rhythm of the waves of the ocean. The whole earth breathes, the whole universe breathes. So let's stay here for one more breath. And then bending your knee, you are going to roll to your side, curl up on your side. and roll up. Use whatever was underneath your knees to sit down. So now if you're at home and it's late at night, you could just go right to sleep. Join your palms. As you take your out breath, bow to yourself with gratitude. Namaste. Thank you for joining me today. Hope you have a wonderful evening and nice week coming up.